Please refer to YouTube's policies prior to viewing this video. I do not encourage, endorse, promote, or condone any behaviors, actions, or products shown in this video. This video is produced by a trained professional in a safe and controlled environment. The purposes of this video are for documentary and education purposes only. Thanks. I have constructed a new vape saber. Okay guys, welcome back to the final episode of the Dip Trilogy. We are back on this wonderful day. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Let me just finagle around, finagle this, finagle that. Jeez. Okay. Are we? Oh. Tighten this up, tighten that up. Okay. I did receive a complaint from my wife that the camera was a little bit too close to my face the other day, so I do apologize. Part of the reason for that was because it was very dark, so I needed that lantern light pretty close to my head. But today we're doing the final episode of the Dip Trilogy. And if you don't already know, this is going to be a review of Skoal Apple, the Apple Tobacco Blend. And I'm going to call this episode, Episode 6, Return of the Chewdie, as in chew, Return of the Chewdie. I really couldn't think of a better name, so I do apologize. But once again, I do have my Indian spittoon. Very exciting stuff. And I hope everyone's having a fantastic day, as I've said. So, let's jump right into it this time. Skoal Apple. Apple Tobacco Blend. Very excited to try this one out, as I haven't yet. If you've seen my last episode, you know that the cherry was by far my favorite so far. And I've got a feeling I'm going to like this more than the citrus. But let's give it a try, shall we? So let me open this right up. Show you guys the product. So you can see, quite fresh, it seems. Pretty moist. Maybe a little less moist than the cherry actually, which was even less moist than the citrus. So how about you and we take a look at the expiration date on here, if I can get it. October 5th, is that, am I reading that right? Oh boy, so this has already expired. That might explain why it's a little less moist. And I have been keeping it in my freezer, so, you know, I thought that would help. And it probably did, but certainly no complaints. It's not as dry as some of the more expired ones I've had. Or I've had some expired ones that were almost a little bit slimy. So hopefully this is not going to be the case with this one. Let me kind of try to lower my tripod a bit. I think the angle's a bit high here. Okay, I think that's good. Alright, thank you for your patience, guys. So, once again, let's go around the can. Long cut Skoal Apple Tobacco Blend. What do we got? 100% American tobacco, which is no surprise to us anymore. Smokeless, made by US Smokeless. And of course Nashville, Tennessee is where it's from. I'm expecting this to be about the same strength as the other fruity dips I've tried so far in this trilogy. According to Aaron, which I believe he's got a lot of knowledge on these sorts of things. So, let's go ahead and take a pinch. I'm a little busy today, so sorry for the rush, and I don't want this to be a super long video here. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a little pinch. Once again, it's fairly new, so no need to pack it. So I will just try to grab about an equal pinch as I did with the cherry. That seems about right to me. So let's go ahead and throw that in my lip. And I'll let it brew a little bit, and then I'll give you my thoughts, okay? By the way, I think I forgot to say, this is Baccy Reviewer, back with another review. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you. I mean, I don't know what's going on today on the roads. It seems super busy, but we'll get through it. I hope it's not too annoying, guys. I didn't want to do it in the backyard this time. A lot of the neighbors are out, and I don't want them to ask too many questions. You know what I mean? So there's that first spit. I think I packed my lip a little bit fatter than for the cherry. But we'll see. It's actually burning quite a bit. And let me give you guys a little smell test here first. So I'll say this smells the least artificial of the other two that I've done before. I mean, it still kind of smells like a car air freshener, but it's got a real apple smell. It does smell like real apples. I want to say more so a red apple than like a green Granny Smith apple. I may have packed this too tight. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, we'll try to make it work at this point. Might be a little hard to talk with this in. Very salty, as with all dips, which I don't mind at all. Getting quite the burn here, and I don't know if that's just because of the amount I put in. But I am enjoying it. Certainly no complaints. I think this is better than the citrus, and as I predicted, I don't think I'm enjoying it as much as the cherry. But overall, pretty nice apple flavor, very sweet. Not too sweet, not overly sweet. I'd put this kind of in between the citrus and the cherry in terms of sweetness. The flavor is straight apple. With the cherry, I was getting a little bit of a menthol flavor or scent, which was not coming through in the flavor. And I'm not really getting that medicinal smell from this, or taste. Granted, there aren't too many apple flavored medicines out there, but not as artificial as the other two, I think. Still, I wouldn't call it a natural flavor, but I will say it tastes closer to a real apple than the other two that I've tried. So yeah, quite enjoying this. Once again, for the thumbnail, take a little picture for the thumbnail there. I think Same price, about 10 bucks for one of these. Little too pricey. And if I had to say, you know, if I had to choose between the three, I'd definitely go with the cherry. This would be my second pick though. The citrus, I don't know, maybe as a one-time thing. If you're a curious cat like I am, I'm the type of guy, I see a new flavor, I have to try it. So that's just how I roll. I don't know how you roll, but definitely enjoying it, definitely enjoying it. I'm getting a bit of that, I think more of the tobacco flavor is coming through on this one than with the cherry or the citrus. Almost giving me a little bit of a straight dip vibe, and I don't know if I'm off base in saying that, but yeah, it's got sort of that more pure tobacco taste mixed with the apple. I'd say it's kind of like a 50-50 apple and tobacco flavor. I think the cherry was very cherry heavy, which I could see why that would be a good beginner dip. Yeah, this is nice, this is nice. And I will, since I now have apple and citrus, I will be doing a special video recreating the discontinued crisp blend, which was a 3 to 2 parts, I think, citrus to apple, or 3 to 2 parts apple to citrus blend, which Aaron suggested me doing. So I'll grab an empty tin, shake them all up, give that a try sometime. These people are really loud. They're really inconsiderate of a Baccy review that is happening right now. Not very happy about that. Not very happy about that one bit. But I'm not gonna let it ruin my Saturday. It's such a nice day today. Not cold at all. Perfect to be spending some time outside. What more can I say? I think the strength is about the same as the cherry, same as the citrus. I did take a little bit of a bigger caterpillar here, I believe. So I'm getting more nicotine, but I think, you know, 1-to-1 comparison, same amount of dip. And maybe I'll try to get a little bit more scientific and do like a tablespoon or something for each one from now on, just to get a better idea of strength. But definitely on par with the other two I've had from Skoal. Not very strong, but strong enough for me. Enjoyable. And yeah, pretty enjoyable. What else can I say? So flavor, good. I'd give the flavor, I think I gave the cherry an 8. I'm gonna have to give this like a 7 out of 10 I think is fair. And I don't know what I gave the citrus. I'll have to go back and look, but for the citrus I'd give that a 6 or a 5.5. I've kind of gone back on it a little bit, thought more about it. I just don't think it's sustainable. I just don't think the citrus is something you'd want to dip every day. I bet if I could see how if I mix this with the apple a little bit, it will come out better, but I don't know. It's got a weird sort of this is nowhere near as artificial as that, and even less so artificial than the cherry, but I do like the artificial cherry flavor on the other one. Like I said, that one was more maraschino cherry. This reminds me more of just like a straight up red apple. And I do like the color of the tin. I know it's green, so it makes me think maybe this should be like a green apple, but to me I gotta say it's more like a red apple. So yeah, good flavor, 7 out of 10 on flavor. Strength, probably a 6-7. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry for all the hullabaloo going on around me here today. Yeah, pretty good. So, Skoal green, a little pricey, but if I had to spend money on one of these, I'd go with the cherry personally. But this ain't so bad either. Probably not gonna replace wintergreen for me, not gonna replace cherry for me, but certainly better than the citrus. And I know there's also peach and berry, so I'll keep an eye out on that, and maybe I'll make a prequel trilogy after this one is over at some point. So let me see you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna see how much this lasts, and I'll come back to you to give you an idea of how long the flavor is. Alright, see you soon. Alright guys, I'm back. Let me just take a quick look at the time here. Okay, a little longer than I anticipated. So I've been gone for about, hang on. Get down. There we go. Okay, so I've been gone for about 25 minutes, longer than I expected, but mostly because my camera died. I needed to charge it real quick. So anyway, more on this apple. So I do taste, you know, the taste is still there, a little more muted, but still quite a strong apple flavor I'm getting. But like I said, I think a lot more of that tobacco flavor is coming through, particularly on this Skoal green apple. Sorry, I had to do a quick cut there. Neighbors interrupted me. No problem at all. So as I was saying, getting a lot more tobacco flavor from this green apple Skoal versus the cherry one that I had, and the citrus. Longevity wise, seems to be lasting quite a while. I mean, I've had this thing in for almost 35 minutes now or something like that. Plenty of flavor, decent nicotine, definitely feeling the buzz a little bit. I did put a pretty big amount in here, so that is to be expected. But yeah, what more can I say? I quite like this stuff. I forget what I gave the cherry. Did I give it an 8? If that's the case, I'll have to give this a 7.5 out of 10. And the citrus, I'd probably, you know, 5.5, 5, 6, maybe somewhere around there. So, overall, out of the trilogy, just as I suspected, episode 6 is my second favorite. And perhaps I will make a prequel trilogy. These guys, man. I could have picked a better spot. I do apologize. But yeah. Overall good. Would I buy it again? Maybe. I'd definitely go for the cherry if I was going to go for a fruit flavored one. And as I was saying, I might make a prequel trilogy based on other fruity Skoals. I know peach, I know berry. There must be another one out there to try, so I will keep my eyes peeled. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know this one wasn't as exciting. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired today, so just wanted to keep it a little bit more relaxed. But thank you so much for tuning in again. This has been Baccy Reviewer, and thanks for spending time with me. Thanks for subscribing, liking the video. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. See you next time we touch, okay? Bye-bye. Oh yeah, one more quick thing. One thing I forgot to mention. The dip holds up pretty well, just like the other Skoal ones I've tried. Barely any floaters, especially if I put it up front here, make a nice little caterpillar. Keeps it nice and tight. Definitely packs up really nicely. So quality, once again, I'd give this a 9 out of 10. But, you know, it is a little pricey. So for whatever that's worth, that's your call. Yeah, and then the website, we're almost done with the website. We're almost done. I'm just working on actually being able to upload my reviews. So I think in the next video, it should be ready. If not, it'll be ready soon. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. I hope you enjoy the website. For now, it's just going to be like my reviews and my scores on the various things I've tried. But eventually, I'm looking to do some message boards or forums. One thing I don't like about, you know, the modern internet is that all message boards seem to have disappeared. There used to be a time where you could, you know, look something up and there would be forums available for it. Now everything's just Reddit, Reddit, Reddit. There's no forums, there's no more message boards left. So I kind of want my website to sort of revive the forum culture on the internet. Different discussion boards, different topics, random topics, tobacco related topics, things like that. I want to form a nice little community where people can go and share their love of tobacco. And once again, I must say I do not condone the use of any tobacco or nicotine products. Please do not do what I do in these videos. I am a trained professional on a closed course in a controlled environment. So that's all I have to say for now, guys. All right, see you when we touch. Peace.